Welcome back to the worst channel on YouTube. Yeah, I know. It's a miracle, right? I'm back within a year of uploading. It's kind of insane. I know I already celebrated. I threw a party. I mean, I haven't filmed the video, but the thought of me doing it was close enough. In today's video, we're going to be talking about old commercials. In case you couldn't tell by the title, you're welcome. There it is. But in particular, like the commercials that you would see like on Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, or like Disney Channel, like those specific commercials. Recently, for some reason, I'm not sure why, I sort of got this one commercial stuck in my head. And the commercial was, like the little bee, the one that's in the box, the cover of the box for the cereal. He's fighting crime for some reason. Apparently, he's a superhero this whole time. I don't know why he hasn't gotten his own superhero movie. I think it's the next one up or something like that. I don't remember. The timeline gets confusing. But anyways, he's fighting crime. And he's always like, eat my cereal, it's good for your health, even though it's like all sugar. But for some reason that reminded me, and I just started looking for it, and I found like a fountain of a bunch of other commercials that I had completely forgotten about. And it just brought up old memories, and I just think some of these commercials are amazing. I needed to show them to everybody. To sort of give the video some sort of structure, and it's just not random commercials. I decided to section them off by similarity, I guess, and what they're selling. So I wanted to start off with toys. Obviously, the whole point of Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, and Nickelodeon is to sell merchandise. I mean, yeah, we got some great shows out of it, which I'm not complaining about. There's been a lot of great shows. But at the end of the day, they're selling toys. They're making the shows for the toys. So let's see what toys they have to offer.
MindFlex lets you move a ball with the power of your mind. Wireless headset transmits your level of brain activity to the console. The more you concentrate, the higher the ball rises.
So the first one up is MindFlex. And one of the things that I really liked about this commercial was just the fact that it looked so cool. Just a thought. Like think about this. I was like 8 or 10. Just a thought of being able to lift something with your mind. Something you only see in movies, and you're seeing these kids do it. So I was like, oh my God, I need this. Obviously now I don't. I'm in the pinnacle of human mental capabilities and human physical capabilities, as you can clearly tell. But back then I did need it, to sort of like mind, flex my mind. But I've wondered, why don't we use this? Why isn't this being used? Are you kidding me? We have pre-made superpowers. All you got to do is think hard, just do some arithmetic, and all of a sudden you'll be able to lift cars. Come on, man. Somebody get on that. You know what? Actually, I'm going to get on that. That's a $1 billion idea.
Nerf introduces the new Super Soaker Shot Blast with up to 25 feet of soaking action.
I always remember seeing the Super Soakers and just thinking of like, why would you buy that? I get the Nerf gun, right? Like it shoots at darts. But you have to go outside for starters to play with the Super Soaker. No. The outside it's scary. There's stuff out there that you can't control. Very terrifying. Second of all, these commercials never sold me. Like, I know they're trying to make it look cool and stuff, but the dude's doing flips. I was 8. I couldn't even do a push-up. You think I'm going to be able to do a flip in midair? I'm not cool enough to own that type of gun. I live somewhere where it gets kind of cold. You whip this thing out for 3 months of the year. I could do Nerf battles all year round. Indoors, outdoors, in space. As long as, I'm in a vacuum, it's fine. It's fine. I could do it. But it needs to be only during the summer. Do you know how much work it would be to put boiling water inside your gun just to shoot it out during the winter? I've tried it. It's too much work.
New Marvel Mighty Beans. Flip and flop with your favorite Marvel characters.
This is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video. Because I saw the commercial, the Honey Nut Cheerio commercial, and it kind of just, went down the rabbit hole. And I had completely forgotten about Mighty Beans. For those that don't know, Mighty Beans are, little beans, and they kind of do flips. I guess they were weighted. They probably had 2 weights at the bottom, right? So when it tipped forward, it caused the system to push the weight up. It lifts up, so it keeps rolling. It's probably a very basic system if you open one up. It's nothing crazy. But it was the fact that they moved, and they had different characters on them, so you had to collect them.
Like Spider-Man, Hulk, and the special edition gold collector bean.
And the thing about these commercials was that often they would be either sold through the phone or online when I wanted them, at least. As I got older, I started seeing them in the stores a little bit, but I just didn't like them anymore. I guess I was too cool for them. I'm not. I would go buy some right now, especially if you gave me those 5 gold ones. As a kid, it's kind of hard to write down a phone number because I'm not watching Cartoon Network with a pen and paper. I'm not like, not waiting for the number. So by the time like I'm like, oh, I want this, or maybe I should tell my dad, the commercial's gone. And even if it was a website, that's even worse. You know, it's like www long string of words dot something dot slash forward slash backspace. You're like, well, I guess I can't have it. I'll pretend like I have them when the commercial comes on. There was just so many. I just remember seeing them all. You know, they had like the Marvel characters, they had DC characters, they had their own ones. They had like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think, at some point. They had a bunch of just different properties, and they look so cool. I never got any. But now that I'm looking at this, I'm probably just going to go look for them online and waste money that I don't have.
And we'll include the Spider-Man collector case with 3 more Mighty Beans and Flip Track, all for $24.95 plus $9.99 shipping and handling. You must be 18 years or older to order.
I want you to look at me and tell me you don't want that collector's case. I want you to look at me. Look at me. Do you not want that collector's case? I want you to say that you don't want it. Do you see Spider-Man? He has the, what? How do you, what? Now, those last 3 commercials that I showed you, I'm fairly certain were from Cartoon Network. You could kind of tell what was selling where based on the product. Because for some reason, Cartoon Network had like better toy advertisements than, you know, things like Nickelodeon or Disney. Mainly because Disney only sold their own products or companies that they kind of owned. I'm sure something similar happened here, but it was more focused on like, you know, like the Mighty Beans. That was something that would pop up on Cartoon Network. You know, you would have things like that. So this is something that was on Nickelodeon. Let me see if you can spot the difference.
Here come the hex bugs.
That'll be 2!
They can climb! They can climb! Climb up and down and run on their backs. Now they can climb!
Yeah, people getting excited over bugs. That's what was on Nickelodeon. Why are they excited? I've seen bugs climb before. If your bug can't climb and you're advertising it as a hex bug, you probably did something wrong. And I'm assuming you don't only climb in the specially made tube that you have to probably pay an extra $50 for. Overhyped. Would not recommend. Only thing I do recommend, talking dogs. I don't know who knew how to translate that, but we got to get on that. We have new inventions every day and we're just ignoring them. We have military grade levitation and talking with animals. What are we on? Why were the things that we were focusing on the toys only? Now, I will say the one toy that definitely beat out any of the other toys on any of the other networks from Nickelodeon, and it wasn't even theirs, but they were the only ones that I remember seeing the advertisement for them, was Lego. Legos on Nickelodeon were the greatest thing ever. All the advertisement was the Lego City sets.
In Lego City, the airport is always busy. Hey! You can build a huge plane.
I mean, you just saw the video, okay? Tell me you don't want to build that plane and pretend to fly it over a city made of Legos. You can't, because no one would say no to that, okay? Those Legos were cool. Don't look at me like I'm weird, because I'm not, all right? I see you judging. I see you judging already, all right? Don't. You're just jealous that me and you didn't get those Lego sets. I'm still mad about that. Now, if I probably looked that up on eBay, they're going to be like $500 for a $10 set, and I'm going to cry. Rightfully so, too. But these Lego sets were so cool because you would see like a city made of Legos, which they didn't sell. But for some reason, my kid brain was like, yeah, let me get this probably like $10,000 worth of Lego set. They'll definitely sell it to me for starters in a box, you know, the size of a house. And then it'll be reasonably priced where my parents could buy that. You know, that's what I thought in my 10-year-old brain because I was a very smart child. And I was like, yeah, let me go and ask for that. Never got it. I wonder why. But yeah, those commercials were great. The Legos would come to life and pretend to be real. You would see the kid flying his plane or stopping the crime scene or, you know, dealing with the corruptional system inside of the government of a small town. Things like that. You know, the things you see in a city.
I think he's outside training.
Training?
To fight the forces of evil, sweetie.
Now at Burger King, you can get one of 10 Spider-Man 3 toys with every kid.
For starters, for some reason, I'm not ashamed to admit it. I kind of like Burger King. Now, I don't care. No, don't care. You boo me if you want. I like Burger King. I don't know why. It's good. Don't judge me. When Spider-Man 3, the third one of the greatest superhero ever at the time for me, when I saw that movie was coming out, I was so happy, you know, because I was a little munchkin when the first one came out, you know, little something. I don't know what the hell I was, but I was little for sure. Second one came out, I was just slightly bigger. I was still very little. So the third one was the only one that I have a memory of it coming out and me going to the movies to see it. You know, because I didn't see the first two in theaters. You know, nobody wants to take to the movie theater for something they're not going to remember. So I went to see the third one, and I remember leading up to me going to see it, all the commercials I would see for the movie trailer, the toys from Burger King, those bobblehead toys, the Spider-Man like this, or like when he's in the black suit and he's like that. Yeah, that. I was so excited, and seeing these commercials always made me want to go to Burger King. If you couldn't tell, I obviously go to Burger King a lot, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted those toys. I'm willing to bet that if I look somewhere in my home, possibly the attic, I will find that little toy. So obviously another big thing that they sold was food. Some of these commercials, I don't understand what the thinking was. Some of them scarred me for life. So, it's good to go back and open old wounds. It can only help.
I've replaced your ancestors with fruit by the foot.
You saw what I saw, right? I'm not the weird one for thinking that's just weird. Especially like, you're seeing this as like an 8-year-old. You're like, what the hell did I just watch? Why was that man made out of candy? Why did he move? And why was there more than one of them?
Fruit-flavored snacks.
And then you see the hand at the end, shaking hands, the disembodied hand. You're like, one of those dudes lost their arm. Somebody either killed them and took the arm, right? Or chopped the arm off, right? And then made somebody else shake the hand. That's just disturbing, because you know that wasn't a natural movement of an arm. That was the movement of somebody that didn't have a limb anymore.
You getting this? Come on, dude, eat the airheads.
Why didn't you blast off?
The last one was weird. This one's weird. These dudes are making a home video of this kid getting his head blown up. I mean, my dude got decapitated, and not only does he get murdered, his boy gets all the guts of his head splashed on him, and I'm just supposed to pretend here like I want to eat an airhead now? I mean, I still kind of do, but not as much anymore. How is this allowed to be an ad shown to kids? Are you kidding me? For starters, you're telling me that those things have bombs in them? If I drink a Capri, what's in there then? Obviously some sort of nuclear fuel. My man disintegrated, evaporated. That only happens when you launch a nuclear bomb and it lands, okay? 2, my dude just committed an act of terror, and we're supposed to pretend like everything's okay? What? Am I the weird one here? I need to know, am I being weird? I don't know. Because obviously no one was concerned about the fact that a terror attack happened, nuclear weaponry was used on U.S. soil, I'm assuming, and third, that a child just disappeared. All those things, very concerning. But I guess, wanting to be not thirsty anymore, that's more important. His friend doesn't care. He's just there like, yeah, okay, Kendall disappeared again. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not normal for me. Maybe for you, because you're used to it, but I'm not.
This is my delicious raspberry rainbow swirl. So long.
We gotta get our Trix yogurt back. Silly rabbit, Trix yogurt is for kids.
The Trix yogurt bunny, poor guy. Are you kidding me? All he wanted was some yogurt, and these evil children made him not only go through interdimensional wormholes to have a possibility, but they didn't give it to him. Justice for Trix. But I forgot which way we read. I think it's this way. Justice for Trix. Not only that, they say tricks are for kids. Guess what? Even though I might look like it, I'm not a kid anymore, legally speaking. So that means I can't have any. What a way to, alienate people. Now I can't have it. I feel offended. I feel hurt. How am I not allowed to have this delicious yogurt, which I haven't had in like 10 years? How is that allowed? I don't think it should be. Justice for me. I remember the way we read that time. I started off by saying that, the cereal commercial for Honey Nut Cheerios, which kind of started this. But for some reason, everybody that ran cereal had these elaborate, I'm assuming very expensive commercials.
Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. They're more than good. They're great.
Like, for example, Frosted Flakes had Tony the Tiger. He was animated, and it was clear it was animated, didn't try to be realistic. but still, I'm assuming, you know, some poor person that had to like animate that frame by frame, you know, especially like in the early 2010s or mid to late 2000s as well. It's probably expensive. You know, I think that's going to do it. There's a lot more commercials that I found that I want to talk about, but at this point, the video is getting too long. It's not going to be worth, you know, me going and doing this for like another 2-3 hours. Yeah, that's how long it takes me to film sometimes. So I feel like if you guys like this video and it, you know, you guys want me to do more, I'll do a second part to it. If not, you know, those commercials can die with me. So either way, very fun. In the next video, I'm going to wish to my fairy odd parents that I become a better content creator.